every single person in that room is waiting for someone else to speak first. And that person could be you. If only you knew the one shift that changes everything about how you show up socially. By the end of this video, you will understand why confidence in social situations has nothing to do with personality, nothing to do with how you look, and everything to do with a single internal decision most people never make. Stay until the end, because the answer to why you freeze, shrink, and disappear in social settings is not what you think it is. Let's start with the truth nobody tells you. The fear you feel before walking into a room full of people, the knot in your stomach before a conversation, the way your mind goes completely blank the moment someone looks at you. That is not shyness. That is not introversion. That is not a personality flaw. That is the result of a deeply held belief that you are not enough. And that belief has been running your social life for years without your permission. Think about the last time you avoided a conversation, left a party early, or said nothing when you had something to say. What stopped you wasn't the situation. What stopped you was a story you have been telling yourself since long before you can remember. A story that says your presence is a burden, that your words are not worth hearing, that other people are somehow more deserving of space than you are. That story is a lie, but until you replace it, it will keep costing you relationships, opportunities, and the version of yourself that is waiting on the other side of that fear. Here's what is actually happening inside you when you enter a social situation. Your nervous system doesn't distinguish between physical danger and social judgment. To your brain, the possibility of being rejected, embarrassed, or ignored activates the same alarm system as being chased by a predator. Your heart races, your thoughts scatter, your body wants to run. This is not weakness. This is ancient wiring designed to protect you. The problem is that you're using survival instincts in situations that require connection, not escape. And as long as you let that alarm run to the show, you will keep shrinking in the exact moments that matter most. But here's what most people never discover. Confidence is not the absence of that alarm. Confident people feel it too. The difference is they have learned to move while it is ringing. Now, the question you need to ask yourself is not how do you stop being nervous? That is the wrong question, and chasing its answer will keep you stuck. The right question is, what am I actually afraid of losing in this social moment? Because underneath every awkward silence, every avoided eye contact, every rehearsed sentence that never gets said, there is a very specific fear driving the behavior. For most people, it is the fear of being seen as less intelligent, less interesting, less worthy. And that fear, once you name it, it begins to lose its power over you. This is where the real work begins, not in reading motivational quotes, not in memorizing conversation scripts. The real work begins when you decide that your sense of worth is not up for a vote in any room you walk into. Consider two people at the same networking event. The first one spends the entire night calculating how they are being perceived. Every word they say is filtered through what will this person think of me. They leave exhausted, convinced they said the wrong things, gave the wrong impressions. The second person walks in with a completely different internal contract. Their question is not what they do think of me. Their question is, what can I learn about this person? One person is performing, the other is connecting, and the room can feel the difference immediately. The shift from performing to connecting is the single most powerful move you can make socially, and it is available to you right now. Not when you are more confident, not when you have more experience, not when you lose weight or get the promotion or find the right words, right now as you are. But there is something nobody warns you about when you start making this shift. When you begin showing up more authentically, more directly, more present, some people will not like it. Some people who were comfortable with your silence will be unsettled by your voice. And this discomfort they feel is not your responsibility to manage. Your job is not to be palatable to everyone. Your job is to be honest with yourself first and then with others. Social confidence is not about becoming someone new. It is about removing the layers of performance you have been wearing to protect the person you already are. The most magnetic people in any room are not the loudest or the most polished. They are the most present. They listen without planning their response. They speak without needing approval. They exist in the conversation without needing to win it. Here's your practical answer. Before any social situation that makes you anxious, ask yourself 3 questions. What is the worst realistic outcome here? Can I survive that outcome? And what becomes possible if I show up fully anyway? Those three questions dismantle the catastrophizing loop that keeps you paralyzed and replace it with a clear-eyed assessment of what is actually at stake, which in almost every case is far less than your nervous system is telling you. So you have been waiting for a feeling of readiness that was never going to arrive on its own. Confidence is not a feeling that comes before action. Confidence is the residue of repeated actions taken in spite of fear. Every conversation you initiate, every opinion you share, every room you refuse to disappear in, each one deposits something into an account that compounds over time into the version of you that no longer needs to rehearse before speaking. Now, close this loop. Remember the question at the beginning. What is the one shift that changes everything? It is this. Stop trying to manage how you are perceived and start investing in how fully you are present. That is the entire game. Presence over performance, curiosity over approval, action over readiness. You are not waiting to become confident. You are not one decision away from behaving like someone who already is.